excuse me. And you know what? Just launch. I heard this guy said one time that good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. You know, like the best teacher you can have really is your experience. So I guess my advice is have the experience by, if you're just starting, you know, start trading small shares. And when I say small shares, I'm talking about 100 shares per trade.
Right.
Right? And the reason why you want to do it that way is because trading 100 shares will give you the experience you need without you, I guess, getting hurt that badly. I don't know. If you
Right. And one thing very similar to that, I think is very important that people jump off the demo account and do start trading 100 shares.
Yeah.
A lot of traders that I know, they'll sit on a demo account for 6 months and think that they have this perfect strategy down. And then when you put your own money on the line, all those psychological issues come into place. So if you're trading with just, 50 or 100 shares at a time, just taking, very small losses, make it so that you don't lose more than $100.
Yeah.
I think that you're much better off doing that than sitting on a demo account also.
Yep. Yep. I still remember my experience my first year. I lost a lot of money because, we talked about earlier about, these stock trading gurus, with the
Right.
system. And I actually listened to this one guy from Canada. Apparently he's teaching people how to, trade. But like in the videos, he was trading 1,000 shares at a time, but he's got like 15 years experience, and I didn't have any years experience. So
Right.
I followed exactly what he said. I started, trading stocks 1,000 shares at a time, and I got burned. And it's very emotional because the money that I had when I started trading, I was only 22, and
Okay.
as a 22-year-old, not too many 22-year-olds out there have 10,000 that they can trade with. And I really, saved that money, and I worked hard saving that money, and, just in a few months, all gone. I had to start from the very beginning again. So,
Right.
take your time. When you're new at this, take it slow. Don't think about the money right away. My mentor, I cannot remember this. He probably told me this 5 or 6 years ago, and he said that a snail's pace is faster than anything in this business. So take your time. Don't be greedy. I guess you can be greedy, but the only thing you're going to be greedy about is information. Try to absorb as much information as you can, in this business, because knowledge is power. What do you think?
I have to agree with that. The majority of traders jump into trading to make money, and the reality is, if you really want to make money trading, you have to accept the fact that your first year of trading, you're really not going to do all that great. You're either going to lose a little bit or come close to break even. I think most traders jump in, like you said, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares at a time, and think they can just jump right into it like a veteran does, and that's why so many traders get burnt out of the market so quickly. So I think that the best thing to do is if you do want to start trading, approach it with the mindset that you're not going to make a ton of money your first year. You're probably not going to make a ton of money your second year either. And if you really want to stick around to make that money, you have to accept that fact and really take it slow at first.
Yeah, I guess why people do that is because, they hear a lot of stories that, oh, you know what, this guy from New York, he made 70 grand today. These people, they have decades of experience. And if you have nothing,
Exactly.
you can't, make the same amount of money as they do, because there's a difference there, years of experience. Okay? So, before we move on to the interview segment, I just want to let everybody know, if you guys have any questions, you go to swingtradingtv.com. There's a little tab there you can go to. You can submit questions there if you have any questions about your trading issues or whatever. Okay? So, what am I going to do? Okay, now we move on to the interview segment. So, Brendan, okay, before I start, you are a full-time student. You trade full-time
Right.
too, right?
I do both, yes.
And you have a company that you're running. You're a busy guy.
I'm very busy. Yes, I am. Probably the only day of the week I don't trade is today, which is a Friday, just because of the low volume. But other than that, I'm constantly in the market. So.
Okay, I see. And you are a day trader and a swing trader, right?
Right. I recently started swing trading a little more just because I've been real busy with my company, so it's kind of nice to take the pressures away of having to sit there all day and actually day trade.
Yep.
But I am still actively day trading, and I am taking some swing positions as well now.
Okay. And are you? I've seen your videos on YouTube. Are you a prop trader?
No, I'm not. I trade with my own money.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, let's move on. And how did trading interest you, and how did you get started?
I'm sure you saw it in my About Me. It's kind of a funny story. I actually have been trading since I was in high school. Not full time, of course, just kind of taking positions here and there, trying to learn a little bit about the market. So, actually in 2008, when the market was crashing, I took an interest in trading. I saw all the traders on TV kind of pulling their hair out, all stressed out, losing their money. And I kind of said to myself, this can't be that hard, can it? So the next day, went out, funded an account, thought I could make millions, and just like every other trader,
Yeah.
I actually ended up being really successful at start. I made, I want to say, 20 to 30% within my first 3 months, and that was while the market was crashing. So I got really cocky from that, and after that
We
I
all
went
do.
on. Yeah, we all do. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Increased my share size. I was trading like 1,500, 2,000 shares now. Took a couple of really bad losing trades, and it just killed my account balance, killed my ego, killed my mentality. And that's pretty much how I started trading. From there, I met my mentor, luckily. Like you said, you didn't follow yours at first. I didn't follow mine either. Lost some more money because I disobeyed him. And finally, that was it. I was at the point where it was like, this is my last week of trading. Either do or die. So
Yeah.
I said, I might as well give his strategy a whirl. And I listened to him. I did exactly what he did. And I had a great week. I made like $200, $300, $400, which was great for me back then. And I just built off of that from there. I took things real slow, lowered my share size, learned everything I could from him and from other traders, and that's how I got to where I am today.
So you would say that one key in becoming a successful trader is really the people that are around you, right?
I think so. You can't go to school and learn how to be a trader. You can take, I'm a finance and econ major at the University of Illinois, and they haven't covered on anything that I learned from my trading mentors. So you can't go to school to be a trader. The only way you can really learn is from the people that are already successful. So I think that your mentor plays a key role.
Yeah, I strongly agree. And, I think if I go back and if I didn't have a mentor, I don't think I'll have the longevity in the markets because, the 80-20 rule, I keep going back to this, really 20% technical analysis and 80% psychological. My mentor, maybe spent time talking about technical analysis, maybe about 20%, but he's really more focused on the mindset.
Right.
He was basically telling me this is how you handle bad days. You just go out or whatever. So yeah, mentor is really, really important. You could just easily go to Borders and buy some trading books out there, and I suggest you do. But always spend 80%, learning successful traders, how their mindset is, and how they discipline themselves and things like that. So, what is a typical day for you like now? Like way back when you're still doing both day trading and swing trading.
Typical day, I usually go to school in the afternoon, so I'm able to trade the morning and the mid-afternoon session. I'm in Central Time, so the market opens at 8:30 for me. I'll make sure I'm at my desk by, I'd say, 8 o'clock at the latest. I'm not really a news trader. I'm strictly technical, but I do always in the morning take a look and see, what major economic news is occurring today. And then I check and see if there's any news in the stocks that I usually trade. Not to trade the news, but just to get a feel for it. So if something crazy starts happening, I at least understand, what's going on. I'll spend maybe the next 15 minutes with my charts, just kind of look over things, see what gapped up, what gapped down, get a feel for, where the market is, where we see support and resistance. And kind of, I don't want to say calculate my trades for the day, but get a feel for, what areas I'm going to want to trade for the day. I usually take notes of those, just kind of jot down the stock and say, $100 support, $120 resistance, that type of thing. And then I just wait for the open. I try to not trade the open within the first probably 15, 20 minutes just because of the volatility. And I kind of go from there. I just wait for things to develop. I'm a very patient trader. I usually only take like two to 6 trades a day, I'd say, when I'm day trading. So I don't really wait for the stars to align, but I do like to wait and see, exactly what I want to see before I take my trades.